Welcome back, guys. We're gonna hop straight in. You already know the deal. The massive YouTube Iceberg explain tier 9. Shout out to Swag, Potted Plant Man. Be your authentic self. Love yourself, and let's go. I don't know. Now I'm switching to this camera, so let's do it.
Silicone Baby is a channel that seems to be on this iceberg as a stand-in for the reborn doll community on YouTube. For the uninformed, this community mainly focuses around the creation and sale of these hyper-realistic, lifelike baby and toddler dolls. These dolls are usually made out of silicone, hence the name Silicone Baby, Silicone Baby, get it? This channel specifically has been around since 2011 and remains consistently active to this day, showing off and...
You see pugs? I'm feeling high energy, so I might be off the walls. You see this fucking pug right here? They're cute dogs, man, but they just scream. They have a crazy habit of, like, I don't know, imprinting on whoever the owner is, and these motherfuckers be like, "Argh!" They make cursed sounds. I remember a time back, my mother, I think, went to the neighbor and everything and let her know, or the neighbor at the time, I don't remember if it was a guy or a girl. We had a couple, but in the duplex we were living in, like, trust, we are not murdering this dog. It's just pugs. But I think this is a known thing from some people who know dogs. Them and their fucking messed up bread face. I feel bad for pugs, man. I fucking the result of what is it? Too much like breeding, like crossbreeding, and just they're like they're okay. I don't want to say they're an abomination. They're cute. They're like ugly cute.
Selling these strange
dolls.
They
scream,
I don't think it's an entirely controversial view to say that these are creepy as hell, because they really are completely lifelike. The target demographic for these are middle-aged women, as it would turn out. I'm not trying to stereotype or anything, but that definitely seems to be the wide majority of people making these videos. Some collect them just to have them, and others go as far as to roleplay with them, pretending they actually are a real baby, and taking them outside, shopping for them, you know, everything you would do with a real baby. Except it's not real. Some use these dolls as coping mechanisms for if they've lost a child through a miscarriage or something like that.
See,
They're also sometimes given to patients with dementia to help them through the illness. Putting it that way makes these seem a lot sadder, doesn't it? That's why I'm a little hesitant to go super in on poking fun of these, even though it doesn't seem like the healthiest coping mechanism of all time. Still though, these definitely can sometimes look really creepy.
Oh, I kind of feel bad. Kind of feel bad for, like, yeah, it just makes it sadder. But hey, at least I don't.
A newsflash: a plane's gone.
A plane's going down. My child is on that plane. All right, here we go. The yellow pee-pee monster.
In late 2008, or I suppose more specifically 9/11/2008, a channel would fly onto YouTube, created by an anonymous man who called himself the Yellow Pee-Pee Monster. This guy was fucked in the head. His main gimmick was that he would go into public bathroom stalls, whip his little pee-pee monster out, and proceed to spray down everything in the stall besides the toilet. He would do it everywhere he could. Gas station bathrooms, IHOP bathrooms, Barnes & Noble bathrooms, movie theater bathrooms, heavy metal concert bathrooms, and so on and so forth. Needless to say, he was pretty quickly banned from YouTube, and probably many other public places as well. His lasting legacy is that he ended up getting featured on Tosh.0, which, for those of you who don't know, was a TV program that showed weird videos from the internet. Some older viewers might be surprised to know I need to explain what Tosh.0 is, but the sooner you realize you're old, the better.
I'm unk now, bro. I'm 24. It's crazy. Tosh.0 is insane.
Thankfully, though,
it's like ridiculousness. But with I don't know if younger dudes than me people would know ridiculousness. With is it Rob Deerdeck? Did Tosh.0 become ridiculousness? I don't know.
Yellow Pee-Pee Monsters videos have been preserved for us in their original, beautiful 240p quality. Not on archive.org or somewhere normal like that, but its own fucking website. At yppm.spastics.net, we get a beautifully pissed yellow HTML site with a convenient link to every video.
Barnes & Nobles 1 through 5, a Chevron gas station, college, Flyers gas station, IHOP, JCPenney, Olympian, Round Table Pizza 1 through 7, bro. Are these like 7 different locations or just like the the time, like the amount of times that they went. Target. Oh my gosh, a Walgreens drugstore and a movie theater, bro. What the fuck?
He's ever made. Although my only problem is that it's kind of a gross and unhealthy piss yellow. Like, this is piss from someone who doesn't drink water enough, but you can tell in his videos that he is very hydrated. My favorite feature of this website, though, is that they have a full-page screenshot of the Yellow Pee Pee Monsters channel from early 2009. It really sends home what YouTube and the greater internet culture was like back then. Please subscribe to my channel, and let's make this the #1 most subscribed PP channel on YouTube. Feel free to message us with any questions, comments, letters of praise, or hate mail. Love the Yellow Pee Pee Monster. This channel description is funny because it implies that there's more than one PP channel on YouTube that he's competing with, which, I mean, that could be true, who knows. Oh, and there's also some fun facts here, too. Country, United States, of course. Occupation, urine specialist. Interest and hobbies. Going pee. Movies and shows. Pee Wee Herman. And music, the Yellow Submarine. Yellow Submarine because it's yellow, I guess.
Yeah.
Me personally, if I was the Yellow Pee Pee Monster, I would have put like Jimmy Urine on that.
Oh, that's clean. But Yellow Submarine because it's like under, maybe it's like in your pants.
Part would have fit more thematically with what he's all
Or submarine because of like underwater, maybe like a PC.
about. But hey, I'm not the urine specialist here. This screenshot also includes the channel's comments back when those were still a thing. Burnmaker01, who seems to have someone's mugshot as his PFP, comments, "Great fucking videos, just don't come to LA." Harvey101107 with the default PFP comes in with the "so you're the asshole that can't aim." Explodes says, "The YouTube staff will be obtaining..."
My brain did the auto-correction thing where I didn't even see that they misspelled it. It just went, "Oh, so you're the asshole who can't aim," but when Swag read it, that can't aim.
Your internet protocol address and reporting you to local authorities. Well, they will cross-reference you to any complaints from these facilities. Sooner or later, you will be prosecuted and have a felony or criminal record. Then Juki Jenkins comes in and says, "Explodes doesn't know anything." The new game source says, "You're an asshole. Good thing I only piss/shit in the grass behind these places." Finally, the most recent comment as of this screenshot is My Truck's Bigger 33, who says, "Hey, nice videos. Maybe you should attack something other than a bathroom once in a while. Like maybe somebody's cat or maybe a house." I fucking love early YouTube comments.
They were like, everybody was trolling. Best gym on the planet. To me, the best gym on the planet is the lovely and comfortable confines of your own home. Pooh's adventure videos. Do it.
Oh yeah. This is one I've been waiting to talk about for some time, and I'm sure some of you have been excited to hear me talk about it too. You know, Tier 5 had the Closing Logos community and Greeny Fathom. Tier 6 had the Go Animate community. Tier 7 had... I don't think Tier 7 had one of these, and Tier 8 had Barney Errors.
8524.
Oh, yeah.
You just changed the code! Ooh. Wait, don't touch that knife. Alright. No. Yeah, that's right.
Those all kind of had a connecting through line of the same kind of people participating in these communities. It's something kind of unspoken and unexplainable, but anyone who's familiar with these things just kind of gets it intuitively. And I don't even really want to write it off as just autism, because while that's definitely what it is, it's definitely a specific breed of autism. Pooh's Adventures videos are Tier 9's iteration of that kind of entry, and I think is probably the strangest one so far. Well, actually, I don't know, the Barney Errors were pretty damn weird too. For the uninitiated, Pooh's Adventures was a trend that most likely started on DeviantArt in the late 2000s or early 2010s. Essentially, there are these hypothetical animated movie remakes that people come up with that just insert various fictional characters into the film. These most often take the form of people just photoshopping various fictional characters into the official movie posters. Let's look at an example.
I've seen these, but like they're like a one-off thing that I've come across on the internet.
Pooh's Adventures of the SpongeBob SquarePants movie. Everyone's seen this movie, right? It's just like I remember it. Who can forget when Winnie the Pooh and his friends, along with Ash, Pikachu, Misty, Togepi, Brock, Ariel, Flounder, Sebastian, and Melody, traveled back to Bikini Bottom, and they joined SpongeBob and Patrick on a quest to find King Neptune's crown. This wiki article, and the Pooh's Adventures wiki of course, with over 75,000 pages, also doesn't seem to mention the fact that there are other characters on here, like Mewtwo, and Bowser Jr., and C-3PO, and R2-D2, and Azula, and fucking Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
Oh,
and the Pooh's Adventures wiki does the same sort of thing as the Greeny Fathom and Go Animate people, where they make wiki articles pretending these are real movies. It's gotten to such a point that a few years ago, this very poster appeared on Nickelodeon accidentally, since fandom has obnoxiously good search engine optimization, and fandom wikis will usually appear at the top of results pages as a result. This SpongeBob one is far from the most egregious one, although one last thing I'd like to say about it is that the single comment on this wiki page is just some person saying, "Though Steven Hillenburg is no longer with us, he's not forgotten." Which, I mean, pretty good sentiment, I guess, but I don't know, it's just kind of a funny place to memorialize him. Another example I found on this wiki is Pooh's Adventures in Oliver and Company. This wiki article seems a lot more in-depth, even featuring a transcript of what Pooh and his buddies could possibly be doing in the film. The transcript seems to be literally just taking the script of Oliver and Company and inserting dialogue from all those other characters into the scene. Man, Kingdom Hearts and its consequences have clearly been a disaster for the human race, because these Pooh's Adventures things are that concept taken to its natural extreme. I don't really understand why they picked Winnie the Pooh to be the main character of this whole thing. Like, I don't know, if it was like Mario or Sonic or SpongeBob or Mickey Mouse or something, you know, there's something more universal. It would still absolutely make no sense, but I could at least see it a little bit more. Of course, that's not to say that sometimes other characters don't take the spotlight. Like, for example, Meat Wad's Adventures of Goodfellas. Hey, that one's not even in a... oh my god. Oh my god! Now, you might be questioning at this point, what the hell does any of this have to do with YouTube? Sure, they're all over DeviantArt and fandom wikis, but that's to be expected from that kind of stuff. Well, some members of the Pooh's Adventures community are dedicated enough to their craft that they recreate their transcripts in Windows Movie Maker by downloading clips from whatever the fuck and smashing them together. Here's what that usually looks like.
Long live the king.
You mind if I pause it for a second?
Sure, go ahead.
Be right back.
Come on, get on.
Okay, I got the jumbo so we can share. Will you just begin your nose?
Yo, I was like,
No, I had
What
an itch
the
on the inside.
Like, why? They put so much effort into these videos for such little payoff. It doesn't really add anything to the movie, and as you could imagine, a lot of these videos face copyright takedowns, like, literally all the time.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
for this reason that Pooh's Adventures videos find their home in YouTube alternatives, like Odyssey or Rumble, and even file hosting sites like Google and Archive.org. You can also just keep them up on YouTube if you edit enough shit to the video so that YouTube bots don't detect it. One of the things that surprised me about Pooh's Adventures is that this is far from a recent thing, and is most likely older than those other communities like it that I mentioned. The community has apparently been around since 2008, which, I mean, I guess it makes sense how they've built up that much fucking content, if you could even call it that. There are a ridiculously large amount of these edits found all across the internet for basically any movie you can think of. It's just such a giant use of energy for such a strange purpose and product. All in all, if I happened to be that one Squaresoft executive who met with a Disney executive in an elevator and pitched Kingdom Hearts to them, I would look back on it like Oppenheimer looked back on creating the atom bomb.
like Oppenheimer creating the atom bomb, bro. Is that serious, huh? Oh, Squidward fan 1982.
This one is definitely a weird one. According to most sources, Squidward fan 1982 was a member of the YouTube community, who I guess would upload videos about SpongeBob. I mean, that makes sense to me, at least. Maybe he Let's Played SpongeBob video games, or did reviews of SpongeBob episodes, or something like that. The earliest mention of Squidward fan 1982 on the internet that I could find was in 2015. A comment left on a DeviantArt post of a depressed-looking Squilliam reads, "That is not Squidward. Is Squidward fan 1982, aka Nick Rapunzel, who shot himself on 6 December 2010 on Monday. Everyone seems to be confused about what the hell Hugo Munchmix Able 93 is talking about. Nowhere on the internet does a Squidward fan 1982 exist prior to this post. No video archives, no news articles, no forum posts, no obituaries, no nothing. Just this one person, who just so happened to mention the passing of a YouTuber 4 years after it happened. On the same day, an edit was made to the talk page for the deceased YouTubers page on Wikitubia, the fandom wiki for YouTube, and yeah, Potato ASDF is back, asks for Squidward fan 1982 to be included. He notably talks with every letter capitalized, just like the original DeviantArt comment, and that's pretty much it. Looking at Hugo's DeviantArt account, I couldn't find anything else about Nick Rapunzel, aka Squidward fan 1982. I could find him oversharing about some girl he met at school. He posts a picture of her and says her full name and the school they go to, as well as complaining about how she has a boyfriend and how he wishes it was him because she's so hot, but nothing about fucking Squidward fan 1982. I have two theories about this. One is that someone with a similar YouTube username actually did take their own life, and Hugo simply misremembered it, which isn't the most unlikely thing in the world. On the other hand, there's a pretty solid chance that Hugo made it up as some part of a hoax or urban legend. In either case, it spread like wildfire. The Squidward fan 1982 is regularly listed on any icebergs that it could fit into. A deceased YouTuber's iceberg, a lost media iceberg, and even a SpongeBob iceberg. It's another entry.
Imagine accidentally like getting the death of somebody just like wrong or misremembering somebody who died, and then you just, for some reason, that one statement you had caught fire and just is everywhere now.
Be similar to medieval found footage or 14 / question mark, where it's the sort of thing that you just kind of have to put on an iceberg, which is always a funny and interesting category of iceberg entry in its own right to me. And maybe Squidward fan 1982 actually was a real person who took their own life, in which case I can only feel sorry for their friends and family. But I'm going with bullshit on this one, and if I'm wrong, then I guess I'll be dragged to the pits of hell when I die.
This is
hey, editor's note section. I'd like to add something interesting I just now noticed about this entry. This Potato ASDF guy made a lot more contributions to the deceased YouTubers page than just Squidward fan 1982. A lot of contributions. 85 to be exact. And there are a lot of entries that, much like our favorite deceased mollusk fanatic, I couldn't find any record of anywhere. Crush Dog 2002, Felipe Caldera 24, Misc XX3, and Mario Xbox 4018, to name a few. However, a lot of these contributions are real. XGothEmo99XX was a contribution he made, and that was the account belonging to Jamie Rodemeyer, a teenage LGBT activist who took his own life in 2011. The Sean2395 was an account belonging to Sean Miller, a 17-year-old who passed from health issues related to the heart problems he had. 49er235 was Matt Ferrante, who was a 16-year-old YouTuber who took his own life in 2009. And hell, even Red Frenzy 64, who was, from what I can gather, a member of a super obscure sect of YouTube called the Total Pokemon Island community. This community, as you might imagine from the title, focused around making these parodies of Total Drama Island where all the characters are replaced with Pokemon. The announcement video that he had passed is 11 years old. It only has 1,500 views. These people's passings are all very sad, especially given that a lot of them are under the age of 18, so it does give credits to this Hugo Potato ASDF guy. You know, it feels a lot less likely that they would throw in a couple of made-up names, especially when their other contributions show that they have some quite comprehensive knowledge of deceased underage YouTubers. Which, I mean, strange talent, but I guess there's gotta be someone for everything. However, it's also still not impossible that Squidward fan 1982 is made up. I still think it's weird that even though this one channel in particular has been in the public conscience for quite some time now, still nobody knows anything about it. Matter of fact, why is this the one that reached past this Wikitubia page? Why do people talk about this one so frequently? Is it because there's more evidence of Squidward fan 1982 somewhere out there that people are just neglecting to talk about? I think I've hit a dead end. But please tell me in the comment section if you know anything about this guy. I've been seeing this name thrown around iceberg charts for so long, I have no idea what to make of it. Glowing eyes and the inky gloom refers to a video by YouTube user Orban Oz, uploaded in 2009. It's 4 minutes of this grainy black and white footage of what seems to be a cotton mill set to this distorted music. I'll play a clip for you just to see what this video is like.
I honestly, like, videos like this used to freak me out, but I feel like now, just a personal thing, they're just annoying as hell. Taking like vintage footage and sometimes like images or footage that could be creepy and just putting weird ass distorted music over it just seems fucking annoying. I don't know, it's just me. Like, why?
Pretty unsettling, right? Especially for 2009 standards. This video still has barely cracked 50,000 views, which makes it, you know, a real hidden gem on YouTube. It's for this reason that no one can identify what the song is, at least from what I can tell. Comments are disabled on this video, and no one has really mentioned the song on Reddit. And there's even a video called Glowing Eyes and the Inky Gloom Reversed, help me identify this song. In this video, they explain the situation, giving details about the song, and then ask people to help them identify it. And the video's comments are disabled, so I don't really know what their strategy is here. Nevertheless, this video remains to be a pretty weird one. Inactive Creators channel is sort of a weird one. For a while, if you searched up Inactive Creators channel, you would get a YouTube channel of the same name with no subscriber count, and just the YouTube logo as their icon. Then, when you click on it, it would take you to the YouTube Creators page. The explanation for this one is pretty simple. They probably just migrated an old account to a new one, and as a result, going to the old URL simply leads back to the new page. Not much to speculate on here, honestly. God Left Me Unfinished. This one is 44 seconds long and features someone screaming over a robot rolling around on the ground. It turns out that this is literally just a clip from a Filthy Frank video, so I'm not really sure why it's down here at all.
Great news, Spectrum Internet customer.
That was one of the funniest videos back in high school, was that robot going, yeah, 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 yeah. Like, that's what it was. That shit had me in tears, dude. Like, straight tears. I remember seeing that video back in high school, and all of my bros, we were dying at that video. Popcorn 10.
John Bacon, better known online as Popcorn 10, is a 3D animator on YouTube who is most well known for being a part of Cool 3D World, another weird 3D animation channel we've already covered. If you're familiar with that channel's work, then this should probably be very familiar too. If you need a refresher on the style, then it would seem as if Popcorn 10's most
I hate that I was yawning during that. I don't know why.
common place to post his animations would be Vine, judging from the Vine compilations he posted to his YouTube page that were posted soon after it was announced that Vine was shutting down. I guess he had to store it somewhere. One last thing I'd like to say about this entry is that Cool 3D World is apparently credited for the ham fight scene in the new Smiling Friends season. I gotta say, I do love to see internet animators breaking into the actual TV industry, even if it is just for a short cameo role.
Yeah, that's really cool. I like the doors that it opens.
County Bluff was an ARG that started in 2016, though it wouldn't get any level of traction until 2 years later. Apparently, whoever was running this channel started leaving these weird voicemails for people around 2018, though I don't think they were really leaving it for random people, since a Twitter user named @straightaway was the one who posted it, and they seemed to be very connected to the project. The voicemails contained distress signals that would come from a plane or something, as well as coordinates to the Malaysia Airlines flight, as in the one that disappeared mysteriously. I mean, you'd think these ARGs would pick a more obscure, mysterious event to work with, but, you know, whatever. The voicemail also contained messaging that implied the people on the flight were attacked by aliens, because, like, of course. The Twitter account eventually connected to the County Bluff YouTube channel, which had a weird 2-year-old video about something happening on April 18th, 2018, which is my birthday, so, yeah. And it...
Yo! You are an April baby too! Mine is the 12th! Let's get it. So you're an Aries or a Taurus? You're an Aries, you should be.
It was also like a month away from the Twitter post, so that's probably more important. Surprisingly, County Bluff actually still posts to this day, like pretty regularly. I gotta give this ARG credit for still continuing even after the craze has died down. It's fairly admirable. If you want more info, I'll leave a video by Shanotic in the description. The YouTube applaud button was a feature they added around 2021
Yeah, it's gone now.
to
I remember
videos.
this.
This entry was probably a lot more interesting when this Iceberg was made. However, since I'm still here 3 years later, I can safely say they fully implemented this feature as super thanks. There's a thanks button at the bottom of every video,
Super
and with
thanks.
it you can donate money to YouTubers in order to get
That's what it is now, yeah. Thanks. Wow, I didn't even peep.
your comment highlighted. Similar to what
It's like one of those things that goes to the back of your mind, but I definitely remember it being called applaud. But yeah, it turned into thanks.
but you can do in live streams. And that's pretty much it. You should totally use this feature, by the way, especially on my videos.
Let's kill Barney. Not another Barney thing.
Let's Kill Barney is a video with 26,000 views from 2008. If that doesn't tell you how deep we are into the iceberg, I don't know what will.
Yeah.
This video was uploaded by Kendra Petley,
15 years ago.
You know, I think I'll just roll the clip for this one.
I hate you, you hate me. Let's team up and kill Barney. Oh no! In a 2x4. No more purple dinosaur.
That's weird because I would hear people say that rhyme. So maybe it's like one of those. Oh man, what is this theory? It's like a theory or like a collective consciousness thing where it's like when someone figures out one thing in one part of the world, someone on the opposite end of the world will figure it out. Because like that video only has 20,000 views. So what are the chances that kids in like my elementary seen that video? Because I remember people saying that Kill Barney Nursery rhyme. So was the Nursery rhyme thing just popular and then, or Nursery or just rhyme? I don't know, I call it a nursery rhyme. Like there's a popular Kill Barney Nursery rhyme. But kids back then when I was in school were saying that. We're saying, let's team up and kill Barney. I remember that, but I never knew there was a video. So like, to me, it doesn't feel like the video is the origin. Like there's actually the rhyme that someone maybe came up with, and then those kids made a video. I have no idea. If that's crazy, I don't know. That'd be crazy if that's like kids in my area or some shit where I grew up. That's insane. I don't know.
For some reason, there are some videos on YouTube with 0 likes or 0 dislikes. A popular example is the music video for Living My Life by Alicia Rushala. This video, until recently, would not accept any likes. You could click on the like button, but for some reason it wouldn't register on the official like count. Nowadays, they seem to have fixed this bug, but the dislike ratio is still fucked beyond repair on this one specific video. Well, actually, it was repaired by removing dislikes altogether, but, you know. I believe this entry refers specifically to these 2 videos by a YouTube user named Daniel, called This Video Has 0 Likes 100% Real, and This Video Has 0 Dislikes Trust Me. It would seem they figured out how to get the glitch to work. Basically, what they did is the exact same thing as the negative likes and dislikes, which was spamming the like or dislike button repeatedly. YouTube patched out this glitch at some point, but by changing the visual for it. The video still probably has a ridiculous negative amount of likes or dislikes. Like I said though, this was fully patched out sometime between 2021 and now displays normally.
Video with no views.
There are some videos on YouTube with no views. And I'm not talking videos like the ones on PetiteTube with 0 views, but rather the view count just doesn't show up at all. And I'm also not talking about the videos like that one Hardware video we talked about a few parts back where nothing shows up. You can still see the upload date and all the comments and everything else you would expect to be able to see. Except the view count, it just shows the upload date there and nothing else. A couple examples of videos like this are things like a video called How to Improve Your Street Ball Defense with Main Event Whaley Dixon by Sports School Plus. Well, actually, a lot of the videos on this channel have no view counts. Very strange. There's also a handful of Google Doodle videos by Google with no view count. This one at least makes a little sense since these videos are meant to be played on the Google homepage and not YouTube. And also, it's uploaded by Google, so they can just fuck with the YouTube layout however they see fit. But the Sports School one is just weird. Notably, you can sort the videos on this channel by view count, so it's not that these videos don't have view counts. YouTube just doesn't want to show you it for some reason. There's also a Peep Show clip by Acorn TV, which has a similar thing going on. There's actually a tutorial on how to do this called How to Disable View Counts on YouTube in 2022 by Internet Tips. Let's take a look.
About 3 years ago, YouTube removed the feature to disable your view count from your videos. So let me spare you a long and hard search for this feature. It is no longer available and you will not be able to hide your view count from your viewers.
Wow, this video is kind of insane. Making a tutorial on anything that's 20 seconds long and it just says, yeah, you can't do this, is honestly raw as fuck. But anyways, according to this guy and many others online, this was a feature that YouTube removed around 2019. Not sure why they removed it, but I'm also not sure why they even had it to begin with. Like, likes and dislikes I can understand, and comments make sense too, but views? Very strange feature, and I can see why they took it out back. It's pretty telling that there's only like 3 examples of people using this that I know of.
I can't think of why that would be useful either.
The Sad Tale of Bad Breath Joe is a dumbass animation. This 1-minute long animation by Dimitri Kozma follows the eponymous protagonist Bad Breath Joe, as he notices that everyone around him is grossed out by his smelly breath. So what do you think he does to remedy this? Maybe brush his teeth more often? Or buy some mints? No, he pours sulfuric acid down his throat, which erodes the bottom half of his face to be all skeletal and gross. What an idiot. In the description, he says that this video was a funny way to show how much we would do for acceptance of society, which I guess is a solid message, but the actual animation it's tied to is so dumb that the message doesn't get across at all.
Yeah.
This is pissing me off more than it should. I think I understand cartoon reviewers who get angry when SpongeBob episodes are too mean to Squidward.
Oh man, I get that though. I am not Facebook.
I am not the sweat on this head before you. I am not the headband or the glasses that you see. I am not Facebook. I am not even the treadmill diaries. I am not the time or the distance that I just accomplished. I am not the style of smiles that I portray. I am not the laughter that I invoke at times. I am not the escrows I keep. I am not the listings I have. I am not a number. I am not the friends I keep. I am not even my family. I am not even my children. For I just am.
I am.
And so is this wink.
Okay, so you guys. I like where he was going because it was like, guys, I can't even deliver a spiritual thing here. Like, I kind of got what he was trying to say. I can't do it. I can't do it. If you watch my more spiritual videos, you know what I'm talking about. I can't do it. I can't give this guy.
What you just watched is I Am Not Facebook by Goof100, uploaded in 20.
It's like he took concepts that philosophers and metaphysicians and just like, you know, that people come across, and he had to find a way to say it in his own way if he's not actually like a little bit like, you know, spicy, like he's got a little bit of neurodivergence, you know. Because in a spiritual sense, I got what he was saying instantly as he was saying it, but then it was just so odd. And then he was, I'm not the wink, or like, did he say I am the wink? I don't know, my brain already shut off. Because why am the I'm not Facebook, but I am that I am.
12. This video is of a man who is clearly not Facebook, and not even the treadmill diaries either. I went into the description of this video for more context or explanations, and the man who uploaded explains that I remember regretting this the moment I uploaded it, and 2 years later, Jessica the curator asked if she could use it for something. I said sure, remembering my regret, and then she said, congratulations, you're now famous. I was like, yeah, whatever, and then 3 years later, PewDiePie called me a penis. But yeah, he did do that. What a dope video.
He said, I regret... Because like, okay, I don't know, maybe if he was just doing it for the sake of doing it, but like the Bible talks about it too, like I am, or God is I am, or I don't know, I'm probably fucking quoting the Bible wrong. Sorry for anyone who's religious and I may be triggering you guys, I'm sorry. But like the whole idea of I am that I am, like God or source, so it's like your source in the grand scheme of things, your energy or your source. So it's like, you're not any of these things, or you're not even the body, you're the energy that governs the body or whatever. But I don't know, like when he specifically said treadmill diaries and I am not Facebook, it was like, what the fuck? But all right. YouTube is not currently available
on this device, is surprisingly enough an unlisted video uploaded by the official YouTube viewers channel in 2017, which also has a hidden viewer count, although the view count isn't the interesting part. This video is exactly a minute long and is a static image of the text YouTube is not currently available on this device. So what is this used for? Well, immediately the answer would seem to be obvious, right? This video displays when YouTube isn't available on the device you're using. Explains itself. However, my question is, how would this video display if the device you're using can't run YouTube? Like, oh yeah, you can't watch any YouTube videos, except this one, which is here to tell you that you can't watch any YouTube videos. It's like when people learn a single sentence of a language, just translates to, I don't speak this language. I don't know, it's just kind of funny to me. Interestingly,
Yeah.
if you're watching a video in a playlist and you take out the text after the V equals and before the ampersand, you'll be redirected to this video. Why? I have absolutely no idea, especially since YouTube is definitely available on the device I'm using. Very strange.
Wet Look Cosplay Princess?
Wet Look Cosplay Princess is a fetish account. No real way of sugarcoating that. Essentially, the gimmick is that this person dresses up in cosplay almost exclusively of anime girls, complete with this strange anime girl face mask, and gets in the bathtub fully clothed and just kind of splashes water on themselves. There's nothing really super explicit going on, which I guess having a specific fetish that isn't necessarily NSFW makes posting on YouTube really, really easy. They do have a Patreon, but I couldn't identify anything about them, including their gender identity, which I would assume to be female based on the name Wet Look Cosplay Princess. But sometimes they refer to themselves as a femboy, so I don't know. Also, no, I'm not exposing who I'm following that follows that account. That would not be nice.
Sean Combs is a monster. I want to speak about...
Uh-oh, Diddy. You know what I love about the whole Diddy thing is they're exposing Diddy to literally use as like a what is it called? Like a smoke screen for how many other people in Hollywood are fucking horrible. Like, he's the one who got caught. But like I don't want to say anymore. I did not hack Sesame Street.
I did not hack Sesame Street is a video I've already covered.
Oh, yeah,
it's a video
yeah,
uploaded by
I remember
Mr. Ed
this, Mr. Ed.
XWX in 2011, where he claims he was not the person behind the 2011 Sesame Street YouTube channel hack, and how he's an oncest YouTuber. If you don't remember, the basic overview was that the Sesame Street channel at one point had all of its thumbnails changed to porn, and in the description, this Mr. Ed XWX guy was most likely framed as the perpetrator, by God knows who, and for God knows what reason. Not much to talk about here that I haven't already talked about earlier, so if you're interested in that whole debacle, go watch Tier 8 Part 2.
Center Core Nevermore.
Center Core Nevermore is a video uploaded by Jim Wilson in 2008. According to the description, as well as the text at the beginning of this video, it's an animation he made on an Amiga 500 with 1 megabyte of memory in the early 90s with a friend's music, recorded to VHS tape. So yeah, this is very authentically retro, for lack of a better term. Early 90s is pretty fucking old, especially for computer animation like this. Although I'm just gonna say it outright, this video is a goddamn masterpiece. I went into it expecting it to be like a shitpost on some level, but it has this surreal, psychedelic atmosphere that's even unique to this day, much less for the time period, despite the imitators that would arise years later. You know, I feel like a lot of entries on this iceberg end up being me trying to plot out the family tree of all the major weird animation channels on YouTube. Which honestly isn't really something I was super invested in going into this series, but now I'm completely invested. Like shit like Banjo Hero and Center Core Nevermore, and probably Bart the General laid the groundwork for the surrealist animation that now exists on YouTube. And I don't know, the lineage you can derive from that is really interesting to me. If I was pretentious and annoying, I could cross my arms and turn my nose up and say, these are all just ripoffs of X or Y older animation and thus have no artistic merit. But I think one of my favorite things about, like, art just in general is the fact that it's all inspired by something else.
Yeah.
You know, all art is derivative. Which is why I was never really a huge fan of using the term ripoff, unless it's literally plagiarism. I'm sure Center Core Nevermore was also inspired by something, which in turn was inspired by something else, and the cycle just keeps going until we reach, like, cave paintings. The creator of this art piece, Jim Wilson, actually didn't even do animation as his main thing, and he kinda just made this on a whim. In his channel description, he lists himself as a semi-retired radio broadcaster, over 40 years in the business. Yeah, he was an older guy when he wrote this channel description in the late 2000s or early 2010s. You can probably guess where this is going. In 2015, it was announced that Jim Wilson passed away at the age of 72 after a long life of quote-unquote ruling the airwaves of southern Texas, as this blog Media Confidential describes, which is definitely the coolest way I've ever heard the act of being a radio personality described. The legacy of this video lives on, though, and I don't think YouTube would be nearly the same if it wasn't for this animation, and the others like it on his channel.
That's so cool, dude. Eat miser's meat? Jim Wilson. That's so cool, bro. And it's like he is now forever memorialized. I don't know. I like stuff like that. I'll yap at the end.
And that's about it for part 2 of Tier 9 of the massive YouTube Iceberg. This part was one of my favorites to do so far. Pooh's Adventures is one of my favorite little sects of the internet. It's just so bizarre and out there, and in a weird way, I kind of respect their dedication to the craft, considering most of these pages on their wiki are made by, like, the same couple of usernames. I'm glad this one was a little more chill than the last couple, despite being, you know, the Satan tier. If you're one of those people that follows along with the chart in the description, you'll notice I did cut one specific entry from this video that seemed like kind of an insane tone shift to be talking about right next to fucking Pooh's Adventures, even for this iceberg. I'll cover it in the next part, which seems to be where this tier gets really fucked up and disturbing, so, look forward to that, I guess, you freaks. Thank you once again to my Patreon and Ko-fi supporters, really helps out. Also, I've said it before and I'll say it again, but every bit of support helps, even if it isn't just monetary. I'll see you all next time when we finish up Tier 9.
Sick. Wow, it's at 27 videos now? And I have like double those because I cut it into parts, but I mean, like, you guys let me know. I will record these in one shot if you guys prefer it. I didn't want to just speed through them, but I actually had that idea when I get to the last tiers to go through, and I also wanted to live stream one of the tiers, but I don't know if people would like that. I might just end up leaving them recorded. But for that last guy, Jim Wilson, and actually all the art that we've witnessed on the tier lists, or the tiers of the tier list, I enjoy that. That's actually why I love YouTube so much, and I like doing videos where, I mean, reaction and commentary. I don't like to say that I do commentary now because Swag said he doesn't like commentary YouTubers. I'm just joking. I forgot what he said about it, but I like to think that I just basically make video game vlogs, pretty much, because I talk about like my own life over gameplay and stuff most of the time, or talk about like videos I find, which is technically still commentary videos. I don't know. Look, at the end of the day, I just like the creativity and the ability to share that YouTube provides, but actually all social media in general. And I think that will always be my favorite, aside from all the double-edged sword, the double-edged sword aspect of it, which is the, you know, the plagiarism, or the straight up just stealing of content, or the mental health issues of people becoming too connected to social media. But I think this tier list just, like, I don't know, I don't want to say reinvigorated me, but just brought back my love for the I don't know, like, okay, let me just put it like this, because I don't know why I'm having such a hard time trying to like formulate this into sentences, but the idea that one guy looked at my videos. I don't know if this is confirmed, if you actually liked my videos and thought it'd be a good idea for a series. Like, that was part of what you said, but like, you would like for me to watch it and then experience it along with me. I like that one guy had that idea, gave that idea to me. I said, hell yeah, you know what? Because this series is awesome and I like to get permission from the creators who, you know, tackle this, Potted and Swag, I thought to just DM Swag. Swag was, man, go for it. And now we're here, and, you know, even though I don't know everyone personally, I still met cool people on the level of, like, we all enjoy this one thing, or this is this one thing that we all have in common that we enjoy. And it's like, and mixed in all of that lovely salad or whatever dish you want to say, you get exposed to more avenues of stuff, like all the creative things that I didn't even know, because I didn't really know the term ARG or what it even was until this iceberg, or like, you know, the VHS stuff. There was like things I knew in the tier because people sent me like Corner Folk and the one dude who's a talented animator and like director and all that did the backrooms footage. Like, it's just, there's a never-ending amount of like creativity and stuff that is to be explored with something like this. And like, Swag is also showing his creativity with covering all of these things and his style of commentary over these things and his own little personal views and shit. Potted's dedication to making the entire tier list, like it's so cool. I hope I'm making sense because I'm just nerding out right now, but anyways, nonetheless, I will see you guys for tier 9 part 3, and maybe I'll just completely do that one outright the entire hour. Much love and Moonlight. See y'all in the next one. Peace and love. I'm out.